Hi, good afternoon and welcome to another free birthday workout. It's been a year so far since we kind of went into lockdown and I had to kind of adapt and change things and to teach and move on online classes. So this is really a thank you for all of you that kind of helped take part in the groups, take part in one-on-one sessions, have like posts, shared posts. All those kind of things really make a big difference to small businesses like mine's to help them grow and build. So this is a thank you to help me survive the last year, because to be honest, without you guys I probably wouldn't have had a job to kind of keep doing. So we did an intermediate beginner level workout on Tuesday. This one's a little bit more advanced. Now when I say advanced, I don't mean you're going to be jumping around like a maniac with crazy high impact. What I mean by advanced is we're going to take 3 movements: a lunge, a press up and rows. I'm going to really focus on those 3 sections. So there's going to be a lot of volume. You're going to be lunging forwards and backwards, plus side to side. We're going to have different push-up variations, and we're going to have different pulling movements to work different areas of our back. So if you're kind of quite new to exercise, this might be quite a challenge. But if you've done things like lunges before and push-ups, then join in. You can always make it easier by taking the dumbbells away. If you don't have dumbbells at home, there's only really the back exercises that would be affected. In which case, when we go to things like rows, you would just do a bodyweight hold instead of doing it with reps. Warm-up is straightforward enough. We'll start at the ground, loosen off the hips and hamstrings, then we'll get up and get moving. And then the workout structure is 50 seconds of work per leg for the lunges, 40 seconds of work for the pulling exercise, and then 30 seconds of work for the pressing exercises. So as it gets harder into the upper body movements, we do a little bit less time. Once we've done our 4 blocks, we then bring things together like we did on Tuesday, where you kind of really annihilate the lunges, really annihilate the back, and then we annihilate the chest with the pressing movements. So guys, that's kind of just gone 12. Let's get started and we'll get moving from there. Sorry, cat's going a bit nuts. Okay guys, so let's take it down to the floor and we're going to begin with what's called a child's pose into a roll forward. So let me get my clock set. 40 seconds work, 10 seconds rest. Now in these warm-ups, you just work through at a pace that kind of suits you really, yeah? It's not about working with a beat. You can just work at your own pace all the way through today. So, are we ready to rock? So, child's pose, coming forward into a cobra. You're going to sit your butt back on your heels, arms are forward. Now we're going to come up, lean forward, drop the hips, look the head up, stretch up, and then roll back, sit on the hips. And again. So we're just going to roll through and try and loosen up all through the spine, through the hips, through the shoulders. So roll, drop the hips, relax the shoulders, look up, and then do the same thing coming backwards. 40 seconds. Yeah, so this is not about moving too fast. We're just really loosening off the body, getting ready for some quite difficult work. So although we're not jumping around today, I'll guarantee you're still going to have quite a big sweat on, and you're still going to feel like you've got quite a cardiovascular workout on the way. Next up, we're going to move to a seat, to kneel, lunge, rotate. Yeah, so let's begin slowly. So start on the heels. Up, lunge forward, rotate over, and then reset. Now again, just take your time on these movements. So drift, turn, over the top. Yeah, so we switch on with the hip thrust, squeeze the glutes, then we move into the hips, and add our rotation. Again, we have 40 seconds. So we've got plenty of time to work through our movements. You just work at your pace. Whether that be faster than me or slower than me is really up to you. I don't mind too much. Last 10 seconds of this first lunge component. It gets a little bit tougher after this one. Okay, let's now move into step up. So we're going to start in the kneeling position. One leg will come up. We're now going to drive this knee up and off the floor. Take it back down. Reset, other leg. Off you go, 40 seconds. So in, drive the knee up and down, take it back to the ground and control it. So you don't have to sit back to heels this time. We just come to a high kneeling position. Drive the knee through, then come down. Now also as we come down to the ground, you need to be gentle. You just think about kind of kissing the floor with the knee. We're not coming down with a real bash. It's very controlled. And just taking it to as big of a range as you can. On the last rep of these, we're going to try and stand up, so I'll tell you roughly when that's going to be. It's about 10 seconds away. So we're fitting 2 more each leg, or sorry, 2 more total, 1 more each leg. Lift up. Let's stand and stay up in this one. Bang. All right. Let's start to open out the hips and hamstrings. Wide legs. We're going to go. It's windmill, so we're going to drop into a side lunge. Reach one hand up, reach one down, down. Come back to centre and go side to side. Off you go. So reach down, up with the top hand, down with the bottom hand. So we're trying to bend into these side lunges. We have an element of side lunge today as we work through. And we try and really open into these hamstrings, into these hips, into these adductors and glutes. Yeah, so let the eyes follow the top hand and the fingertips come down towards either the floor, your ankle or your foot. But it's not necessarily about touching the floor, it's about getting that hip weight shift over side to side and really stretching round. Last few seconds, we'll move to some upper body movements. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, let's get the upper body involved. So I want you to think about, when you do a Y, M, C, A, we're going to make some letters. We're going to do a Y, an I, and a T. Okay, so we'll start standing. Let's go I first, so directly overhead. Now come to a Y shape, and then a T shape. Okay, so as you pull up, you feel the shoulder blades squeeze, and it just changes the angle every rep. Now, if you feel comfortable there, what I'm going to have you do is to go into what's called a small hinge, where we just tip forward and come through from here. So I would be directly over the head, Y shape, YMCA, and then T shape directly out from the shoulders. So contracting the upper back, mobilising the shoulders, and then we're going to change this to jacks with the same arm positions. 3, 2, and 1. Alright, jumping jacks with the same arm positions. If you don't want to jump, you can give me a step jack, exactly the same with the arm movements. 3, 2, 1. So, 1 overhead, 1 Y, 1 T. 1 overhead, 1 Y, 1 T. Now, like I said, that's a little too much, because like I said, today is a low impact workout. It's absolutely fine just to use it as a step jack, yeah? Today is not about jumping, it's about working hard. We're going to focus on overload on certain areas, which is how we really get that body to progress and change, yeah? Last 15 seconds, working through. If you get a little confused with the arm movements, don't worry, we ain't doing aerobics, just do the best you can. 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, that's our warm-up over, short and sweet. We're moving into our first section. Now this is going to be a forward lunge to begin with, body weight or dumbbell. You do a set on one side and then a set on the other leg. Our rows will then be a tip forward, a single, and then 2 doubles. And then we'll hit the deck and do a press up for a 3-1 position there. Yeah, so the press up's going to be done either knees or preferably toes. We're going to come down for 3 and then drive up for 1. So grab the dumbbells if you can. If you want to try the first time body weight, absolutely fine. Let's go right leg, lunge. 3, 2, 1. We're going forward. So you pick your speed. Like I said, there is a beat there, but I'm not really using that today. It's not that kind of class. But I'm overloading this right leg. So drive, step back in. Drive, step back in. If you want to intensify this a little bit, you can come into more of a knee lift. Yes, you don't really touch the floor, but it will, as you can see, challenge your balance. So that knee drive makes things a little bit tougher. It's 50 seconds, so we have a long set on each leg, but the legs are big, they're strong, they need a little bit of extra time to create that overload through them. Last rep, 3, 2, and 1. We switch left leg. Same movement, forward lunge. Are you ready? With the dumbbells if you can, but if not, body weight's fine. 3, 2, 1, let's go. So let's all just begin with just an out and in. And then if you feel confident, once we can hit 20 seconds of moving or so, we can then add in that optional knee drive. And the knee drive just adds a little bit of extra stabilisation elements for the glute on the standing leg. Okay, so if you want to make it harder, pop back up, knee lift, tap down. Yeah? Looking good. We do have some changes as we work through the movements. So we've got some pulses when we come up the second set of this forward lunge, so it will get tougher. But the good news is it's just 2 sets. Last 10. Are you ready to move to rows? 3, 2, and 1. Okay. So we're going to bow forward to about our kind of thighs, our knee kind of area, shoulders stay back. Single, single, 2 double rows. If you don't have dumbbells, just hold each position for about 3 seconds. So we hinge forward, nice flat back. So single, single, and then double, both arms. 1, 2, yeah? So single pull, double pull. And if I show you from the side, you'll see a nice straight line. Yes, so tip from my hip, my back, head, shoulders all in a nice straight line. So we don't want to be hunched forward. We lift the chest up, lift the head up, focus on strong posture for the single, single, double. If you do not have weights at home, just hold it and squeeze it, and you'll still get a contraction there with just body weight. 3, 2, 1. Press ups. 3 seconds down, 1 second up. Are you ready? 3, 2, 1. Here we go. So we go. 3, 2, 1. Drive, yeah? 1, 2, 3. So I'm really trying to be on my toes. If that means you just do half reps, that's okay. You'll probably get more out of doing half reps and building up the range over time than doing them on your knees, yeah? So knees are last resort. If possible, up on the toes. 4, 3, 2, 1. Going back to our lunges, so this time, 3 pulses at the bottom. So a little bit more intense. Second round. Callie's come to join in, say hello. Forward lunge, 3 pulses. Ready? Right leg, here we go. So 1, 2, 3, step back and stay on that leg. 1, 2, 3. Now again, if you like, we can add in the knee drive. But just see how this feels first by adding in that extra time under tension with those pulses. That's 30 seconds to go. Let's try taking it to a knee lift. And again. 1, 2, 3. Push yourself away. Reset. 3 pulses. Doing well. So, starting to feel the sweat building up. Starting to feel the heat in the body. Starting to feel the fatigue a little bit. So I told you, even though we're not jumping around today, this will still be really challenging. Changing other side. 3 pulses, then if you want to add in that extra knee lift, you can add it in there. Are you ready? 3, 2, 1. So 3 pulses, and then come back up. If you're working at body weight and you may find this a little easier, what I would do is add extra pulses in. Yeah, so instead of moving faster and doing more reps, let's think about slowing it maybe down and doing more pulses. You create that time under tension here and not necessarily the speed. Yeah? Control your form, chest stays tall, pushing forward. Guys, last 20 seconds. Let's add the knee drive in if you haven't done so already. Go again. 1, 2, 3. Looking good. Last 10 seconds. My legs are getting a bit jelly. Lift the knee. Fantastic. Bent over row. Single, single, double. Again, I'll show you from both angles. Face on, and then I'll go side profile. Alrighty, so we tip down, shoulders are back, chest is tall. Single, single, double row. Now make sure you really feel that upper body contract as you pull back. That shoulder should squeeze together as you pull through each row. Squeeze. So from the side, you can see nice flat back, my head's not down, my chest isn't down. I'm keeping a nice neutral spine to keep everything nice and strong in the form. 10 seconds left. Pulling it through. Single, single. Have 2 doubles. Finish it off. 2, 1. Well done. Let's finish our first set of push-ups with a 3-1 tempo. Alright, we're ready. Ready for a recovery off this one. 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. So 1, 2, 3. Push it up nice and strong. 1, 2, 3. So my elbows are kind of going back and out in a slight diagonal. I'm not flaring them out too wide. It's a little bit nice on the shoulders. My chest is leading the movement. Yes, I'm not going down my head. I'm driving my chest, then pushing back up. Chest to hands, and then push away. 3, 2, 1. Well done. That's block 1. Block 2, instead of a forward lunge, we have a reverse lunge. So we change the dynamic slightly. Instead of a single double row, we're going to work on what's called a single leg triple row. And in the press up, we're going to add in a T-plank. So I'll show you that while I'm down here. For the press ups, knees or toes, you will come at the top into a T-plank. So if you're going from the knees, you'll lift the top leg. If you're going from the toes, you'll come into full side plank. And then a single leg row, you swoop back, lift, to the triple row from there. Reverse lunges are just stepping backwards instead of stepping forwards. Alright, ready to rock, guys. Let's go. So reverse lunge. Working on that first side. Moving back, coming in. So again, it's 50 seconds. There's no pulses, but we'll add them in round 2. Now for me, I'm actually stronger on the reverse lunge. You might find the opposite. You might not be quite as comfortable going backwards. So if that's the case, slow things down a little bit. If you are quite confident, bang, you can drive in that knee. And again, that just adds a little bit of extra tension to this glute as I stand. Push through. Good. Last 10 seconds. It's too much with the dumbbells. Get rid of them and move at body weight. Or if you need a break, take a break. 3, 2, 1. 10 seconds. Ready to change legs. So my timer's fallen over. Changing sides. 3, 2, and 1. Let's go. So that reverse lunge. So again, begin with just the lunge. See how it feels. As we get more tired, as we get more out of breath, our technique's going to start failing a little bit. And what I want you to think about today is quality over quantity. Yeah, so I'd rather a lower number of good quality reps than a high number of pretty iffy, not very good reps. If you want to add the knee drive, this is where it goes. So quality reps, those are the ones that make a difference. That's what will help your body to get fitter, stronger, and all around look better. 10 seconds. Drop down, drive the knee. If you're throwing off balance, take away the knee drive. 3, 2, and 1. Alternating single leg rows. If you struggle with the balance aspect, you can keep the toe on the floor. Alright, so slide one leg back, dip down, lift the foot slightly, 3 rows. 1, 2, 3, toe down, step in. So slide the foot back, hinge a little, toe about an inch off the ground. 3, 2, 1, and down. Yeah, so it's a slide, so you come into kind of a hinge, a small lift, 3 rows, tap, step in, doing well. So still loading up through that pulling pattern. We now add in a little bit of extra glutes and hamstrings from that kind of quarter deadlift. 3, 2, and 1. Push up T-plank. Now again, we're controlling these push-ups, so we're sticking with a kind of 3-1 tempo, so slowly down for 3, up and then to T position. Here we go. So 1, 2, 3, drive up, T position, reset. 1, 2, 3, drive up, T position, reset. So you can see I'm going to be throwing off balance here. especially if you double stack those feet. If it's too much, you can put the bottom leg down and modify. 3, 2, 1. All right, moving straight into set number 2. So we know that with the lunges we add in 3 pulses. So reverse lunge, 3 pulse. 3, 2, 1, let's go. So again, you determine the speed of the pulses. If you're working with no weight and finding this pulse is a little easy, it's not going to be getting that overload, spend a little bit more time down there. Maybe do 6 or 7 pulses. Create the tension at the bottom, not necessarily by going quicker and doing more reps. Because again, where that's where that quality over quantity comes into play. Looking good. If there's anything that's getting too difficult, adapt it. We can change these to some squats if need be. You could just skip something altogether, take a little bit of extra rest. Guys, last 5 seconds. Let's just pulse here for 3, 2, 1 to run out that clock. Well done. Changing legs. We've only got 10-second breaks, not a lot to recover with. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. So 3 pulses. So individually, this isn't so bad. But this is now the 4th set of lunges. Considering we did 2 sets in the first block, and this will be the second set on the second block. We still have a whole lot more to go. So that's what I mean by today being a little bit more advanced. There's just a lot more overload in the same positions. We do tweak them slightly, but yeah, we create a big challenge for glutes, quads, hamstrings from the lunges, and then chest, shoulders, back with the pushing and pulling movements. So it's a full body workout with some real attitude. 3, 2, and 1. Single leg rows. If you're struggling with the balance element, just keep the foot in the ground. Don't go into the single leg split stance. Here we go, so slide the foot back, hinge forward, little lift. 1, 2, 3, together. Yes, I'm not hinging far forward. I'm more interested in keeping a nice straight line. Ideally from my head down my heel. Now with a wobble that will be really difficult, but do the best you can. And 3 reps every time. So we're holding 3 rows. 1, 2, 3. Step it in, but another 7 seconds, last rep. 1, 2, 3, well done. Push up to T-plank. Let's finish this off. If you're starting really slow with the press-ups, you could just do alternating T-planks. 3, 2, 1, ready, go. So control down, drive it up, into plank position, reset. So again, we know we've got loads of push-ups to do, which is why we're really controlling the tempo. Because I imagine for most of us, this will be the challenging movement. We tend to be stronger in the legs than we are in the upper body. So we're controlling and focusing on technique with the reps of the push-up. Well done, take your 45 seconds. Okay, we now move into lateral lunges, so changing it from what's called frontal plane where we move forward and back into sagittal plane forward and back into a frontal plane side to side. So we're going to do side lunges. Now we kind of did these with the windmill in the warm-up, but right now we're looking at adding a little bit more depth, but again hinging more from your hip, not necessarily pull to get it down. Yeah, so chest stays tall. We then have a fly to a high pull, and then a push-ups we add in a couple mountain climbers. Alright, we're ready. This can be done at body weight or dumbbells for the side lunges. Right, pick a leg, let's go. So stepping out, dropping down, taking it back in. So, moving side to side. And then when we come to round 2, I'm going to give you an option to add what's called a transverse plane. We start to add some rotation. if you like. But let's focus just on that frontal plane movement at the moment, getting in and back down, yes? So I'm not necessarily goal to get dumbbells to the floor. My goal is to push my hips back, drop into the hips, and then come back in. So if you keep your eyes on me and the TV, it will help keep that chest up and stop you from collapsing through the upper back. 5 seconds, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Readjust, same thing on the other way. So I'm going to move along slightly. Are we ready? Heart rate is high. 3, 2, 1, let's go. So down, step in. Now you may find that you're better on one side, like with the forward and back lunges. We often have a dominant side that's a little bit easier than ours, so you just do what you can. If it's just not feeling right, take it to a bodyweight position. Focus on the form, not necessarily how heavy your weights are or the fact that you're using weights, yeah? Focus on the form. That is today's goal, yeah? Strong form from set 1 all the way through to set 7. We have a long way to go. Good, 15 seconds left. Next up we have our rear delt fly. Or a bend over row if your dumbbells are maybe a little too heavy for your delt flies. And then into a high pull. 3, 2, and 1. Alright. So a hinge forward the fly, and then up to a high pull, up and back. If the dumbbells are too heavy for flies, bend them more, give it more of a row. Here we go, so small hinge, hit the fly, stand up, high pull, elbows come up and back, yeah? So it's not quite an upright row, you're thinking more about pulling up, still rotating the shoulders and pulling back with the upper back. So down, fly, almost forgot there, high pull. You might find it easier to do the fly, the high pull, then let the elbows come in and drop down, yeah? Fly, high pull, elbows drop in. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, push up to mountain climber. Let's start with just one push up, 2 mountain climbers. And if you nail that, we can advance it on. 3, 2, 1. So one push up, a little bit quicker, mountain climber each leg. Yeah? Push up, mountain climber. So even if you have to revert to your knees, you can still add in these mountain climbers. But remember, knees is the last resort. We even go maybe half reps on the toes if you can. 3, 2, 1. Okay, let's have a little look. Side lunge is option 1, or side lunge to a transverse lunge where you turn to the back of the room is option 2. Now I'll begin this at body weight. So side lunge, front foot stays forward, back leg pivots open, opens to the back, and then comes in. Now they're quite an advanced movement, adding what's called a transverse plane. So if you're not confident on those movements, stick with just these side lunges. Okay, but if you've done these before, and you're keen to really challenge yourself, keep going with those transverse lunges. Let's add in the dumbbells. Transverse, take your time, open out. So front foot doesn't move, it always faces forward. And then I essentially create an L shape with my hips to get into that transverse plane. Again, it's not about reaching the floor with the dumbbells, it's about opening in the hips and creating that overload. Well done, one side down. Again, I'll put my dumbbells down to begin with for the other side. So readjust for space. Here we go, so lunging to the side. If you feel okay, then open up, lunge to the corner. Come back in. Front leg stays straight. It stays facing forward. It's my moving leg. Faces forward. Then turns, makes a right angle, and opens out, yeah? If you're confident, you can hold the dumbbells for the last 30 seconds. Remember, you can just be working away at body weight, and you can just stick with just side lunges, okay? If these transverse ones are a little bit too much, Just miss them out. 10 seconds to go. Looking good. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Well done. Moving into that bend over fly or roll, depending on the weight you have, into your high pull. 3, 2, 1. 40 seconds. So a small hinge down to the knees. Fly, high pull, tuck the elbows in, reset. Hinge, fly, high pull, elbows in. So I'll show you from the side. So come forward, fly, pull up, then tuck them in, yeah? So I'm working on opening out the upper back, and then what's called external rotation up at the shoulder, which is a bit like a face pull that we maybe do in the gym, but adapting it with dumbbells. Are we ready? 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Push-ups. So you continue with that first option of push-up, mountain climber, mountain climber. Or if you want to go for it, as you push up, you power one knee in. Let's have a look. So more advanced. Knee comes in at the top. You can alternate sides here and move a little faster. Or you stick with a push-up, knee, knee. You choose, yes? So push-up, knee, knee. Or go into that more dynamic push and knee. 10 seconds left, guys. Pull it back when you get tired. 3, 2, 1. Woo! We're getting there. We've got one more big block to go. Let me concentrate on each movement individually. So, curtsy lunges. So think like you're curtsying for the queen, yeah? Coming down and up. Now these don't have to be massive, okay? I'm not going all the way across. As I step back, it's essentially just a reverse lunge, adding in a little bit. So my knee is roughly in line with my heel. So we don't have to over-exaggerate this like you see people do it online. It's just a step in, yeah? Then we have some renegade rows, which are down on the floor, on the knees or the toes, and then a walk out to push up. So let's get going with curtsy lunges. Chest is tall. Here we go. So essentially think reverse lunge with a small element of curtsying, yeah? Down and up. Chest stays tall, drop, come back up. Don't over exaggerate it. This will still get into that hip, still get into that glutes. Just helps keep that knee and ankle in a bit of a nicer line. Especially if you're not used to these kind of movements. Now again, we can add in a little bit more in the second block if you want. But for now, we're just continuing with just a curtsy lunge. Guys, last 10 seconds. Looking good. Drop down at 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. One side down. Let's switch things up. Changing legs. It's getting too difficult. Ditch the dumbbells. If you're getting too tired, ditch the dumbbells. Quality first. Go. Come on. We're looking good, guys. This is our last long interval. Okay. We still have a few to go, but they are shorter. Half the length, actually. So although we're still a decent bit to go in class, that last 4 or last 3 is quite short. Just little 4-minute blocks. Come on, dig deep. If you need to slow things down, slow things down. If you need to maybe just take a break altogether, take a break altogether. Rotate the floor in 15 seconds. I'll start with a kneeling renegade row, and then take up to plank for those of you that want to go there. 5 seconds, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's take it down. So we're going to go kneeling. Or all fours and alternating sides. Yeah, let's all start then. If you want, you can lift the toes and go into full-on renegade row. Here we go. So alternating sides. Core stays strong, pulling up and down. Now, if you think you can move into a plank position without your hips starting to seesaw, let's give it a shot. So legs will get a little bit higher. Core got to be tight. pull up, control it down. So I don't want rotation. If you go up here, it's called anti-rotation. We try and keep the hips square to the floor. So it's so much more difficult. If you are just pivoting all over the place, take it back to the knees and focus just on the roll. Okay, last set of push-ups. One push-up, then walk yourself up to a standing position. Alright, let's start here on the floor. So push-up, legs will be straight or bent. Walk yourself up. Walk yourself back down. 2 push-ups this time. Walk yourself up. Walk yourself down. I'll show you this time with more of a bent knee. 3 push-ups in the 3rd rep. So you want to come from more of a bent knee, that's absolutely fine. It essentially just adds in a squat to get you up and down. 3, 2, 1. Halfway there. Back to Curtsy Lunges. Oh, let's have a look. Go. So, if you want, we can add in a little knee drive. Now again, that will just make this glute. It's already working hard here. Have to stabilise a little bit harder at the top. If it's throwing you off balance too much, get rid of the knee, or possibly get rid of the dumbbells. Legs should be getting tired by now. We can feel that fatigue, we can feel that overload building up. So this is where we have to really knuckle down. Start to think, okay, do I need to move slower to maintain my form? 10 seconds left. Quality over quantity. Keep having that run through your head. 10 good reps is better than 20 rubbish ones. Okay, 10-second recovery. Switching sides, so either with a knee lift or without it. Are you ready? 3, 2, and 1. Curtsy to knee. Pushing through, guys. Doing well. Drop down, drive up, reset. And then just wait till the last block where we're going to bring all these lunges together. That's going to be pretty insane. Oh. Doing well, team. 25 seconds left. Going for Renegade'S nose next, which again can be either on the knees, on the toes, or like me, you can alternate a little bit of both. 10 seconds, are we ready? Last few reps, here we go. 4, 3, 2, 1. Take it down. So again, let's start on the knees. Recap the form, see how it feels. If you want to take it into plank, you can. Here we go, so knees are out. Alternating the row first. Now again, we want to control the dumbbell. Yes, we're not just plonking it down on the ground, it's controlling. So here's option 1. A little bit easier to keep the hips square and focus more on just that pull through from the lats. If we're going to go up to the next level, legs up, legs are wide as well. Pull, take it down. You'll see my pace has had to slow down because I now make this as much a core exercise as I do anything else. Last few reps. 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. Push up to walk out. Let's finish off this final longer block. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. 1 push up, walk up, straight leg or bent leg. You can make that choice there. 2 push ups on your second rep. And then 3 on that third. That will likely be your last rep, I suspect. 1, 2, 3. 5 seconds to get yourself off the floor. 3, 2, and 1. Okay. So we've now learned all the moves. We now put them together. So the lunges, we're going to combine forwards and backwards to make that's what's called a curtsy lunge. And then we're going to combine the side lunge, the curtsy lunge, and potentially the transverse lunge if you want to go there. So, depending on how tired your legs are, this can be done at body weight, or it can be done at with the dumbbells. See how you feel. Pendulum lunge first. That means one lunge forward, one lunge backwards. So just like a TikTok pendulum. Whew, let's see what we got. 4 minutes, that's a lot of legs done. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, let's go. So forward lunge, reverse lunge. So we have to slow these down probably a little bit, because we want to do our best to not have to take a little toe tap in the middle. Although if you have to, because you lose balance, that's okay. But you can challenge yourself a little bit more just by letting that foot float over the floor, or going into a knee lift if you really wanted to. So I could go here, drop down, here, drop back. I don't know, my leg has much more of those reps kind of in them, so I'm going to go with just letting it float. Last 10 seconds, guys. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay. Other leg. So I'm going to turn around, it'll be easy for you to see. Are we ready? Reverse the forward lunge. Chest is tall. We adapt the pace so that our form stays strong. So you can see that I slowed myself down. So I can start to feel myself wobbling. I can feel that fatigue building up. But I want my reps to stay strong. I want my form to be good. And not just rushing through them for the sake of doing more. Whew. We need to sit and take a second. Who needs burpees when you can do lunges, eh? 3, 2, and 1. All right. Side lunge to curtsy lunge. Back on that first leg. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. So side lunge. Take behind. Curtsy. Back to side lunge. Now, you can continue with that. Or if you did some of the transverse lunge, you can try them too. So you go side, rotate to the back, and then curtsy. So you choose. Those are more challenging. So either side lunge to curtsy lunge, or adding in that external rotation lunge. 10 seconds left. Last rep. Take a little recovery there, well done. Same thing going the other way. This is the last set of lunges, I promise. 5 seconds to go. 3, 2, 1, here we go. So side lunge to curtsy. I'm just going to start with that, yeah? So I'm just going to begin with the option we can all do. Side to curtsy. I'll do one more. And now if you like, you can add in that transverse plane. So side lunge, rotate it to the back, add the curtsy. Looking good. 20 seconds left. And that is it. Lower body work, thankfully, will finally be over. But we've still got 2 blocks of upper body to go. Last rep. Taking the recovery off this curtsy lunge. 3, 2, and 1. Well done. Okay, we're getting there, team. So we now have all the rows. So we go single, single, double. We go single leg, triple row. We go fly to high pull, and then down to the floor for the Renegades. 40 seconds of each. So it's just like we did in each block, 40 seconds of rows, or 40 seconds of pulling, but now we do it as one set, combining it all together. So creating an even bigger overload. The back, traps, shoulders, lats, all down this posterior chain. Are you ready? Single, single, double rows. 40 seconds. So chest up, stand proud, bow to the knees. Go. Single, single, double. Now luckily we just do one set of each. If you like, you can put the dumbbells down in a 10 seconds break, because you might find that grip is starting to need a little rest. The forearms are probably burning at the same time from holding the dumbbells so much. So take that break if you need it with the dumbbells on the floor during a 10-second recovery. Guys, 10 seconds left. Watch that posture. We're now tired, we've got to stay strong. Chest tall, head up, shoulder back. 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, I'll show you this one from side on. You slide back with the leg, small lift, and then the triple row. Ready to rock. 3, 2, 1. So slide the foot back. Tip the toe up the ground, you can. 1, 2, 3, and then you're through to knee lift, or just to reset. Tip the toe, up it comes. 1, 2, 3, to knee lift, or just to reset. Posture, nice flat back. Looking good. Technique has got to come first on these rowing movements, not speed. 3, 2, and 1. Recover there, well done. Okay, we're moving on to the bent over fly to high pull. Remember, the arms are too tight for the fly. Go to more of another wider grip row. Here we go, so down, hinge, fly, high pull, tuck the elbows in, take it down. If the fly's too hard, a wide row will work to a similar extent, yeah? Small hinge, wide fly, high pull, tuck in. 20 seconds more, guys. So close. We're almost finished on those pulling movements to get through today's workout. Here we go. Whew. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take it to the floor. Kneeling rows or Renegade'S rows, you choose. I think I'm going to go 20 seconds at each. Here we go, so if you want to go full Renegade'S rows straight away you can, but you must maintain that strong core, yeah? Otherwise we're looking for a nice steady pull. 5 seconds. If you feel good, take up the knees. Slow things down. Hold that plank. Come on. 10 seconds left. If it's too much, go back to your knees. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Amazing. Okay. We are pretty much there. You can roll your dumbbells out the way. You won't need them again. We have our push-up combinations. So set 1 is regular push-ups. Set 2 is adding the T-plank. Set 3 is that mountain climber. And set 4 is that walkout to adding on a push-up ladder. So this will be tough. And then we're done, yeah? Last drive. It's 30 seconds each exercise. It's only 2 minutes long, plus 10 seconds rest between each exercise. And that's it. We're all finished for the day. And you should be feeling pretty finished. I'm pretty dead. Push-ups, about a 3-1 tempo. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. So just the push-ups. So, strong form, controlled reps. We don't need to be rushing through these, because by the time you've done 2 minutes of press-ups, you'll be glad that you started off with a controlled, steady pace. Last 7 seconds, 2 more reps. 1 more. Take your 10 seconds, we'll ease off a little. Push up to T-plank. Are you ready? 3, 2, and 1. So control the push up. You come up, you pivot to side plank, and you come back down. So again, you want to gain that control from the core as you go into T-plank. So it's not looking at stupid speed, but you don't really get the core benefit. Every rep must count. 3, 2, and 1. 1 minute down, 1 minute to go. Push up mountain climber. I'll begin with the alternating mountain climber, and then I've got it in me, I'm going to add in the single climber drive. Here we go. Push up mountain climber, 30 seconds, go. So here's option 1, double climb at the top. Right, let's see if I can manage a couple of drive to the knees. 1, 2, 3, 8 seconds. 4, 2 more. 5, 6. Bowling. Guys, last move. 1 push up, walk yourself up to standing. 2 push ups, hopefully you can fit in 3. Or at least a couple. Here you go. So single. Walk yourself up. Take yourself back down. Double. 1, 2. Last time, 3 reps. 1, 2, 3. Get yourself up and down. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Fan bloody tastic. Whew. So that was our advanced birthday workouts. Like I said, that was a lot of time under tension, a lot of reps of our lunge movements, our pressing movements, our push-ups, and our pulling movements. So you should have gotten a really good workout. Hopefully you find it as challenging as me, and you've got another 15 seconds to recover. Then we're going to just hit a couple of stretches just to call it a day. We're going to begin where we started with that child pose roll through. So butt on the heels. So from here, going to come up, roll forward, drop the hips, shoulders back, take it up, and then roll back. So nice and smooth. A lot of this is taken from the warm-up. Just slowing down for some simple active recovery. Guys, last 10 seconds, doing well. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay. Sit back to lunge. So come from that seat position, up to lunge, rotate, and then come back through. So just like the warm-up, we're just getting the hips to loosen off. We'll add in that element of rotation to loosen off through the back. And again, just moving a little bit slower. This is about easing things off, not about getting ready to work out. Last 10 seconds. Couple more reps maybe. 3, 2, 1. Right, take yourself around to the side. So getting into those adductors and thighs. So we're going to start on all fours. Take one foot out behind you. Now that itself might be enough of a stretch, but if you're able, you'll sit back, bum to heel, rock forward, and then change legs. So open up, feel it in that inner thigh, walk back if you can, and then come in. Let's get one more on each leg. Walk back. Last one. 4, 3, 2, 1. Start on the knee. you to lift yourself up, bum in the air, down dog. Now from there come forward to the front leg, into what's called a groiner. Take it back to that down dog position. Now that back leg comes forward, groiner. Yeah, just do the best you can with those ones. And again, down dog. Push back. Groiner. We're doing about 5 seconds in each position. Last one. Push back. Take it forward. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take yourself stand. Remember those windmills that we did at the beginning? So dropping down, reaching up. Now this time you can really try and work on that rotation where you pull forward and up. So I'm going to take my hand to my outside of my foot, help then pull myself up, to stretch through what's called your T-spine to the upper back at the same time. If like me, you're really tight through there, you'll find this really challenging. But just let your eyes follow the fingertips, and pivot through. Last one. Okay, continuing on that upper back, we're going to go forward and then open it. We're going to take it forward, tuck the chin around the back. Now take the hands up into more of a Y shape. Take it forward. Hands all the way overhead. Start to just reach a little bit with each hand. So we try and loosen off through some lats, through some adductors. Take the arms slowly down. Big shoulder roll. Give your legs a shake. Give your arms a shake. Give yourself a pat in the back. Well done, guys. That was an intense workout. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did like it, you can give me a shout about our living room fitness group. But hopefully I'll see you again soon in person for some classes. If not, I'll see you next time online. Have a great weekend, guys, and again, thank you so much for the past year. Any support is so appreciated. So any likes, shares, taking part in classes or some one-on-one sessions is amazing. Thank you so much. Yeah, thank you. Take care. Bye.